through the city streets, we began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull stars from the sky.
Good morning, beautiful people. I see we have Lee in the chat and Tammy. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully some other people will join too. I'm just here drinking my coffee, pop-up live. It's not going to be a very long one. I have a lot of chores to do outside, but I just wanted to touch base with some of you. And it's always fun on Sunday morning. I get different people that can't make it on Friday, and I get to catch up with some of your stuff that's going on with you. Tammy, I watched the live stream with the Vineyard Checks last week. Amazing. I learned a lot. I didn't even know the Botox came from that bacteria, and I work in a pharmacy. The things you learn. I didn't even know. I learned this year also that the Tamiflu, which is a medication they give to people with severe flu, comes from the anise plant. So that's pretty cool also. We've had a pharmacist preaching by the anise seeds. Whenever someone would be sick, it'd be like, take some anise seeds, some anise seeds. And he's not from here. He's not from Canada. He was born in, I think it's either Qatar or Egypt. I think he was born in Qatar, moved to Egypt, and then moved to the States. And then he did a few hospitals in the States. I know he went to New Jersey, and I think he went all the way across on the other side of the country. And then he moved to Alberta, Canada, and then he moved to the super big city of about 10,000 people of Campbellton. So it was something new for us when he kept talking about anise seeds. Yeah, I didn't know that either, and he didn't know that the anise seeds was the medication where they extract the compound to make the Tamiflu. That's pretty cool. I mean, all the medication out there, they're all made from a plant or fungi or something like that grows in the wild. Now, most of the time what they do is they remove the compound to have it have more like instant effect. Even the penicillin, it's actually just a mushroom. And that's why I keep saying that natural medicinal plants also have their place as much as medication, because I keep saying you cannot go in the woods to try to find a medication to save yourself if you're having a heart attack. You need to go to a hospital. You need to get your heart checked. But there are some plants, some food out there that you can take to prevent ever getting there. Cayenne pepper is one of them. Penicillin is easily grown on cheese. It's a beneficial mold. I didn't even know it was mold. I knew it was a fungus of some sort, but I didn't know that. The way I see it also is when you take a plant, like cayenne pepper is one of the superfood, or lemon balm, or any other plant that you take. I know some people that will drink a mint tea and that will make them drowsy. They want to go to bed. They want to sleep. Now, the food itself will have all the compounds to control what makes you want to sleep. And what I mean by that is there could be side effects, but the side effects will be controlled by the other compounds in the same plant. At least that's the way I see it. And then when they remove that specific compound to make the medication, they leave those other compounds, and so that the medication works better, but sometimes will leave you with stronger side effects. So in my opinion, they both have their place. I just, a lot of people now, even in pharmacy, some of my colleagues are starting to see that. I mean, it's kind of weird because we work in pharmacy. Obviously, we preach by what we do, right? Like a lot of people swear by medication, but you'd be surprised how many people work in pharmacy that don't take medication. They simply want to stay away from it. They'll endure their headaches if they have one. They will fight through cold without taking any Tylenol or Advil simply because that's what they want to. Now, I'm not saying you have to stop taking your medication. It's not what I'm saying. But let's say that, I don't know, you have high blood pressure. You're taking pills right now. You're taking medication. You keep taking those medication. I'm not telling you to stop. But there are some things you can eat that could help. And maybe on the long run, I'm guessing by the time you start taking that kind of medication, though, you're probably at an age where your body's not necessarily going to get better. But instead of having a higher dose in the future, maybe you'll stay at the same small dose with the same small side effects. You know what I mean? And for someone younger, if you eat healthier, if you eat better food, then it can prevent you from ever getting there at all. So there are some plants out there that grow in the wild that everyone has access to that can do good for your body. I was always told that honey is one of the best thing to eat as well. If you can have like raw, unpasteurized honey, organic honey, it's a good thing to have because the bees do their honey with the plants growing in your area. So it's only normal that it would help with your allergies from the plants in your area. You know what I mean? Like, and every single online class that I've taken about foraging, they all say the same thing. There seems to be, there's always a spot in the province or in your area that will have more of a specific type of plant because nature knows what you need. If a lot of people start to be stressed out, just for an example, chamomile can help you relax. It's a tea. You can buy tea at the store. I mean, I'm not saying, I'm not making up any stories here. You can buy the tea at the store, and it says that it can have drowsiness. It can have drowsiness to whoever drinks it. So I noticed that in 2020, when everything happened, I found a lot of chamomile growing all over the place. So it's kind of a way for the nature to tell us that, hey, you drink chamomile, it'll help you relax a little bit. Food is the original medicine. Totally self-medication on the deck. That's awesome, Dave. So, yesterday I had a lot of plans. I didn't get as much done as I was hoping to. I went to the nursery. I called when I got back from the conference, asking them if they had a male sea buckthorn shrub. They said, yes, we have those. So yesterday I figured we're going to go do the grocery, my girlfriend and I. I'm going to drive the extra 10 minutes to go there and pick it up because I have one female here and I need a male to pollinize the fruits. We got there was none. Oh, they're just coming in Thursday. Okay. You should have told me that when I called you 2 days ago and you told me you had them. But anyway, it is what it is. We did the grocery, came back home. Um, I received a product. Um, it's not a secondhand product because it's new. It's just something that the company sold. The client returned it within the 30 days saying that he didn't like it. Um, and since I've done a video review on their ice auger, the company Proyama, they send me this one product for free, um, worth probably $300-400. I don't know. Asking me to do a review on it, but there's a lot of pieces, a lot of things to do. You need to put specific type of gasoline, specific type of um, fuel or oil, or that kind of stuff. And I'm not very good with that kind of stuff. So I brought it to my dad, asking him if he could put it up together and make sure it works. So he calls me Thursday or Wednesday, asking me if there was another box at home, to which I said no. He's like, I think you're missing a piece. I think there's something missing. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll go and you show me what it is, and either I can order it from their website or just ask them if they have it on hand, if they can just send it to me like that, or if it's something I can buy. Like, I mean, if it's only something that costs $10 and I just received a $300 product, I don't mind paying $10. The thing is, it's 4-in-1 weed eater, weed cutter, brush cutter, trimmer, all that kind of stuff. And you have like the bar that goes with the motor, and then you have all the other accessories that you can just connect to it. Hello, Heisey Highland Homestead. Thank you so much for stopping by. And he was trying to put them together, and you had the male end, which is like a little pole coming out like this with the little thread, so it needs to go in the female, and the female has those little threads on the inside, and they connect together, and they turn. When you put the motor on, it makes the second part of the pole turn. But this one was installed to have the males coming out on both sides. So you just coming in, it might sound weird, like a weird conversation. I'm talking about a weed eater 4-in-1. A weed eater, weed cutter, brush cutter, and trimmer, and that kind of stuff. So he thought that it would have been like an extender of some sort to put on the tip. Man, that sounds weird. To make sure they would connect together. But after I got there and he showed me that, I started looking at it and I said, well, you can take the little pole that's inside the bar and you can actually move it, and you could hear it at the end, like bok, 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 bok. Like the little, not really an echo, because I mean it's very small inside the bar, but you could feel that there was something hitting like where it wasn't supposed to hit. So we removed the whole thing. We disassembled the whole weed eater. And turns out that the bar inside was on the wrong side. So I don't know, whoever bought it, maybe they realized that it wasn't working properly, because maybe accidentally that little bar inside was just put upside down. So we flipped it. It took us about an hour and a half to reassemble, just because there's a bunch of springs, a bunch of buttons. You have to make everything align at the same time at the right place so that the buttons work. Hello, Patrick. But we ended up fixing it, and now, that made me lose about half the day, the grocery shopping and uh, helping my dad fix my weed eater. But now he's gonna make sure he puts the right gasoline and oil wherever oil needs to be. There's like a chainsaw at the end, designed to like cut high branches in trees. Um, there's the trimmer, the brush cutter, the weed eater. I I just can't wait to try it because I have a lot of stuff to use that with at home. But I got home, I had supper, and my dad gave me lobsters. They It's always been a thing with my parents on Mother's Day. My dad would always go all the way to the peninsula, or like he would drive 3 4 hours if he had to find lobsters for my mom for Mother's Day. And it was always something. We'd go in the woods for a drive and stop somewhere in the middle of a cutting somewhere, or in a nice open spot, and you would either cook the lobsters there or have them already cooked, and we would eat them there. But lately, since we have all the kids, my brother and I, my brother has 4 kids as well. That would be not a long trip, but I mean, we would need a lot of tables, and we don't have that many tables for everyone to sit at to eat the lobsters. So my dad and my mom just go by themselves. They bought a side by side last year, so they're gonna go enjoy their side by side drive. Probably do a little bit of fishing, which is kind of cool. My dad used to do that with us when we were kids, but now he's doing it with my mom, which is, I find it kind of cute. But they're gonna go eat the lobsters, but we always get our share of lobsters anyway. Like Dad continued that tradition. You always get like a bigger lobster for the moms, and just a tiny bit smaller for the man. And the kids get 1 pound lobster, which is good enough for them. So we ate lobsters, and then after supper, I spent some time outside with the kids, throwing football. We had a little fire. I also had time to take the trampoline apart. We had an old trampoline that's not good anymore. I mean, it's to the point where it's dangerous, and we were missing a few springs and all that kind of stuff. So we just took it down. I took it down, I took the half, and I made an arch. I don't think I would be able to show you if I wanted to. No, I don't have any picture actually. But the trampoline is a round circle like this. I took half out and I put it down that way. I'm gonna tie it up. Put like a chicken wire fence on top, and that will be an arch for my kiwis, trellis for my kiwis. And apparently the kiwis can grow by up to 10 to 20 feet per year. So hopefully it will work. I will give it a lot of compost. Hopefully it comes out of dormancy and starts growing. Sarah, nice to have you here. It's been a long time. How's it going? OG and Deb. I'm guessing this is OG. Coffee time before heading to the little fixer upper. Yeah, you bought another one, right? I'm so far behind on your videos. I see the thumbnails, the titles, and I'm like, okay, I have to start watching some of my friends because summer is here and I will not have time to do that in the summer. I'm thinking about bringing my laptop outside, when I do the work and put some videos on, so at least I can get a few glimpses of what's going on, because I just don't have time to catch up. Yeah, I figured. I think Deb has her own little channel. Well, maybe not channel, but her own account at least. Um, so yeah, I would love to have this little arch that goes into my garden. I need to take the tempo frame and bring it where I want my greenhouse to be. Um, Weird thing. Yesterday, for first time in a very long time, we've had wind to that side of the house, which usually doesn't happen because we're in the middle of a hill, and the wind usually comes from downhill and comes from that side of the house. So the wind would hit the house and get over whatever's on the other side. But yesterday we had the wind coming from, well, front of the house, which means that everything on the sides was being hit by the greenhouse. But even the greenhouse in the back, like the wind was coming from two places at once. The medium greenhouse, the one that was torn apart in the spring, the one I purchased last year, was actually still standing up at the end of the day. So that means that whatever I did to reinforce it worked a little bit. I still have some work to do. I still have to go in there and fix it even more. But at least I know what to do now. I know how to do it. So, yeah. I need to do, I could do this, and yeah, okay, yeah, I got my plan. I as long as I can solidify one side of the greenhouse, the wind should not be as hard on the greenhouse. Now it will just be a matter of making sure there's not too much snow on it in the winter, because if it starts pushing on the sides, it might shred the tarp and break it. So hopefully I'll be able to make it strong enough so that the snow doesn't stay on it. And at least if I can go every storm, and remove the excess of snow, then it should be fine. That's a plan anyway. I was also able to film a video on mushroom growing boxes. So I got two of them. One I'm doing with, well, actually did two videos on that. One where I show how to use the box. Well, the video is not done. I mean, it started. I want to wait a few days to show the growth if it works. In theory, within a few days, I should start seeing mushrooms. So in 2 weeks, I should have my first harvest, if not before. In 2 weeks, I should have the first video out. The second box, because it's a type of mushroom that grows here naturally, I decided to try something else. I'll leave it up to a little bit of suspense, so you guys have to go watch the video when it comes out. I have a video coming out on raspberries next Wednesday, just showing what one plant can do in a few years. I also have a smaller video coming out on a pair of shoes that I got. Company is Fidville, and I love those shoes. They're actually very comfortable, very, very reasonable price. I mean, they're not $20 like you would pay at Walmart, but they're a lot cheaper than those big brand names, right? Like, you won't pay over $100 for a pair of shoes. Well, you probably could, but there's a lot of options below $70. Although if you buy over $70, you get free shipping. So if you order, you can order a pair of shoes for yourself and your partner, and then you have two pair of shoes with no shipping for about $130, $140, which is kind of cool. And I have a bunch of promotional codes as well. Promo codes where you save up to 20%. Do I have that here? Let me check. Would I have a promo code close by? Following up. $120 discount. Is that still available? Ooh. Refer your friends. Get. Awesome. So this is the website. If you click on that link, you will get 20% off if you order a pair of shoes. And I think it's giving me $20 off. Is it 20% or $20? I think it's $20. Yeah, you get $20 off, $20 discount if you click on that link. And trust me, I'm not just saying that to get $20 off, because honestly, I already have 2 pairs of shoes, one to go to work and 1 pair of running shoes. So I don't need another one. I'm not going to buy another pair right away. So you take the link, you get $20 off from that company. Let me just send the link to another friend of mine because he was requesting about. Is it just me or is Facebook weird? You send a message to someone and suddenly you have a notification that you have a new message in Messenger, but it turns out that it's only the message that you literally just sent. Hello, Tiffany. Thank you so much for stopping by. I was just saying the link you see just above your comment. If you click on it, you have $20 off Fitville if you're interested. Fitville sells a lot of nice shoes. Yeah, there's always something wrong, I feel, with the way they handle things. I'm not saying they do it on purpose, just like there's always like a glitch somewhere. I will be doing a video on that Pro-Yama 4-in-1 as soon as I can actually start using it. I need to make a second video on the Sacker Little Chansa. I will be... well, I already did a lot of work with the Chansa. I love this little Chansa. I had a bunch of cedars here to cut down, and that little Chansa allowed me to do it. Trees that were, about the size of my head, and the Chansa can just go and cut it up, and it's only a small battery Chansa, which sells for about $100, which is pretty cool. What else? What else do I have? Let me see. Reminder. Oh yeah, I have a video filmed also on 600-watt generator with a solar panel. It actually sells for quite cheap. I was surprised. They call it a generator. I think it's more like a battery that you can recharge by plugging it in the wall. It doesn't work with gasoline. It works with you have to plug it or charge it with your solar panel. I also have Rainbow Seeds that send me a few samples. They gave me a coupon code for the people in Canada, especially New Brunswick. If you use this coupon code that I just posted in the chat, you get 10% off and 10% off from Rainbow Seeds, rainbowseeds.ca. Yeah, you're just jealous of my Crocs. I had Crocs all day yesterday. It's so comfortable, although the ones I have a little hole in them. They're getting old, so I need to buy a new pair. But the ones I got, I think it was back in 2004, 2005. I worn them for at least 12, 13 years. They were like a bright orange, and everyone would laugh at me when I had them on because they were just like, they say they were ugly. They were really, really old, but I loved them. I would wear them all winter long too. Like even in the snow, I would make my little trails, pack a little trail before I walked, and I just love them. So yeah, I have a lot of content coming up in the next few weeks. I just want to make sure that I have at least one video per week, so that if something happens to me, um, I hate having to do something, and I know that I have to do at least one video per week, and I don't have any video ready 100% for Wednesday. Like the video about raspberries is done, it's completed, it's uploaded, but I have to do like the thumbnail, I have to do the keywords, the hashtags, all the description and all that kind of stuff. And that's the part I hate the most, really, doing that little part after the video is done. So if I can get a few videos up in advance, that would be great. Now, I want to have a few videos ahead because I want to be able to post more than just one video per week. I'd like to go back to 2 videos per week, but with full-time job, it's really hard because, well, especially now, Mondays I have practices with the kids. They play handball, and I'm the coach, so I can't really miss. Tuesdays we record the podcast for NB No Borders Homesteaders. On Wednesday, I usually have my online foraging class. Thursday, I have a practice again, and Friday, it's my live stream. So every day of the week is pretty much busy. The online foraging class will become more in person, more during the day, maybe during the weekend. It'll be more like hands-on in the field. The podcast will take a small break. We have a few ones ahead. We want to record a few ones so that whatever happens, we can take a break in the summer if we have to. Handball will be done Mondays and Thursdays. Now, there's usually in the summer we play softball. A bunch of friends gathering together. We split into teams equally, and we just play for fun. I mean, we count the points, but it doesn't matter. We just count the points to see if the games were tight or not. And just because, we don't want one team to be too strong compared to the other one and that kind of stuff. Also, I put rainbow seeds. Just a sec. Well, it still didn't. Okay. Is that going to work? Not even. Oh, come on. Let me get the link. Straight link. So, yeah, and the softball would be on Mondays and Thursdays. But I have knee problems, and I don't think I can play this year, so that's not going to be an issue. The kids just can't wait to go fishing, so we'll be doing a lot more fishing, hopefully. I should have time to do more videos. I feel like in the summer, because the sun goes down a lot later, I have more energy. In the winter, I mean, when it gets dark, I feel like I'm tired all day, and then I come home, and around 7, 8 p.m., I'm tired again. In summer, I can go to bed at 10, 11, no problem. So if I do that, I have more time. I can win an extra 2 hours to do some editing every single day. do editing or watch some of your beautiful videos. Um, so hopefully I'll be able to make more than one video a week. I have some grapes that came back from last year. I I found some cool stuff in my garden. One of them I think is red currant. I'm just trying to remember if I planted a red currant branch there. Like I don't remember, but it rings a bell that I would have taken something that was broken, just maybe put it there just to see what would happen. And because I don't have a good memory, I think I have one growing. I also have, what else did I find? I have something that looks like an elderberry. Um, Something that looks like an elderberry tree growing in one of my raised beds. So I might have. I want to wait to see what it actually is. I will dig it up and put it somewhere else if it's actually a tree. Take care, Dave. Thank you for stopping by. Um, I will definitely be putting it with the other elderberry trees if that's what it is. I also had time to plant a few lemon balms around my fruit trees, like the big ones, apple trees and pear trees and plum trees. I was able to put some lemon balm around them. I I had three small round shaped garden beds that I made out of an old plastic container. I just cut it in three pieces and put some soil, make some small garden beds for my daughters to put their flowers in. But they were annuals, and now I had those beds empty. And I figured, why not put herbs in them? That way, I'll always know where they are. And I can even write with those extreme permanent markers that was shown to me by Jennifer Hoshin Homestead. Write down what I plant in each of those small beds. I planted one of my daylilies in one of those beds. I intend on planting some lavender in the other one. And I have a third one that I still don't know what I'm going to use it for. I was thinking about maybe like just putting a bunch of specific herbs. One that I would struggle to identify, like chamomile or something like that. But the weeds is taking over every single garden bed I have here. It's crazy. Those weeds, man, I tell you, they're strong. They're very, very invasive. People like having lawn, like they like mowing lawn. As soon as you let it grow a little bit too big, like it takes over like crazy. And I mean, you can't mow the lawn inside one of your strawberry beds. So I'm just going to have to go in there and remove the weeds one by one. The problem is the roots go deep, like very, very deep. They're very, very big. So you almost have to remove everything from the garden beds to be able to actually do something. So I don't know. I'll see if I can actually get it to work. Well, I was hoping to come on for at least 30 minutes, and it's been a good 40 minutes now, so I think I'm going to go. Unless I'll have some coffee. I'll finish my coffee first. It's a long weekend. You guys have any plan? Anyone planning on doing something crazy today? I want to finish my kiwi trellis. I'm not 100% sure about how I'm going to do it. I would need some metal wire to just put it around the two bars on the sides, so I can attach my chicken fence. And I want to create a perfect circle, and then I'll be planting my kiwi with a lot of rabbit manure and a lot of compost. Like I was saying Friday, I had one of those little plastic, not really a container, not really a bucket, well, little plastic, whatever you want to call it, that was supposed to, that it came with my chicken plucker. And the goal was to be able to remove all the feathers and letting the water drip through. So it's already full of small holes, and it's already a decent size. So I put that in my wheelbarrow, and I take all my compost, dump it inside of this, and shake it. And all I have left after that is beautiful, beautiful compost, like fluffy compost. So now I'm anxious to do more compost. I have to clean my chicken coop. I have 2 chicken coops to clean, actually. The old one, well, they're both old. The one I don't use and the one I use. The one I don't use will be removed. I want to bring the rabbits inside. I have the rabbits outside, and they're really, really stressed. And I'm thinking that this is the reason why they don't have their babies. They keep letting them die. So I want to bring those cages inside. And if I do so, I don't have to worry about the water, the rain, and the snow. I will not have to shovel 3 times per day in the winter. I won't have to worry if they dig a hole, if they heat their way out. I don't have to find something that will stop the water from going in. I can just put wires or a little fence of some sort to make sure they can't get out, and they'll be fine. So these are all huge plans I have, but today I think I want to attack my greenhouse. I'll work on the trellis, and I have 2 greenhouses to build and work on. So I'm probably gonna go and get on it right away as soon as I get outside. I'll be planting the last few plants I have left. And yeah, just a matter of finding where to plant everything. But I have the kiwi to plant. I have 1 grapevine to plant. Grapes don't grow as fast, I think, right? Well, actually, they could. Yeah. Concord. Come on now. Concord. Grape. Vine. Growing speed. Could take up to 3 years. Growth is slow at first. Leaves and shoot expand and cluster floras develop as the mean temperature rises. Growth and shoot elongation accelerate. 1 inch per day. Nice. For the warm days of summer, grapevines can grow up to 1 inch per day. That's crazy. Well, that's in California, so I'm guessing it's probably just like 2 weeks here. So it's probably just growing by a foot a year here. Huh, cool. Weird. Have you ever seen a huge grapevine? When the tree gets big? That's kind of weird. They pruned it probably, and what you get is just like a huge X, a huge Y. Cool. All right. Well, my coffee's done. I lasted 45 minutes, which is pretty cool. I'm going outside. We're supposed to get very, very nice weather in the upcoming weeks. In theory, my last frost date should be May 31st. And if I look at the 14 days forecast, the lowest it's going is like in 2 days. It's supposed to go at +6. Um, Frost usually come at +4. So as long as we stay 5 degrees and higher, we should be good with no frost. Now, I didn't start bringing anything outside. I didn't start planting anything yet. That's something else I have to do. I'll have to go and either get a load of compost or just a few bags to throw away on my garden. But either way, I have to amend my garden and get it ready for planting. I want to start planting peas and radish, lettuce, kale, spinach. This can all be started now. I also want to start acclimating my hardening off my tomatoes and peppers, but those can wait a few weeks still. But I have a few more plants that I can start. Uh, I have some plants that I need to start inside. Just didn't get to it yet, but it needs to get done. So this will need to happen faster than later. Man, I wish if I won the lottery, I would pay someone to come and help me do those things. I love doing those things, but it takes time. It really takes a lot of time. There's so many things to do, so many projects. Um, I'm here talking about the things I need to get done, but those things need to get done within the next 2 weeks. And keep in mind, I work full time, so I basically have today, tomorrow, and next weekend, a full days of work to do those 20 projects. June 1st, my meat chickens arrive and turkeys. And June 2nd, we have the last handball tournament of the season. After that, I will have a little bit more time on the weekend and on the weekdays. But there's always something going on regardless. Because I have a family to take care of. The kids want to do activities with me. They want me to go play sports with them. They want to go to the beach in the summer. They want to go swim. They want to go, they're kids. They need to move. And I'd rather have them outside throwing football with me, taking my time away from something else than having them inside on their high phones all day. So let's get to work. And I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.